is it going? Today, I am going to share the first in a series that I am going to be calling Localizing My Practice. Super catchy, right? It's simple, it sticks. Last year, I got a rock tumbler for Christmas, and it is by far one of my favorite Christmas presents. My daughter got it for me, and I've used it. I used it right away, and I have since been being a little bit more mindful about what I'm collecting. I've done a little bit of research on what tumbles well and what does not. And by research, I do mean like watching YouTube videos and reading things on the internet. What I'm doing now, technically, is kind of my research is, because these are what I've picked up. And I know by looking and touching and feeling, eventually I'll know what to pick up and what is going to polish well. But today, we are going to see my next batch. And this is something I wanted to take you along on because I don't feel like it is that difficult. Now, true, I live next to a lot of pretty awesome rock hounding opportunities, but I don't think that it's that hard for most people. Really, I'm just picking up rocks that I think are pretty. Some of my most beautiful rocks I found on a public golf course path. So there are rocks everywhere. There are some places that I do have to drive to. And honestly, the most of the places where I go now, I used to have to drive an hour to get to. I just moved here. That was a long time ago. I have been making a nice little collection that we're going to see how they tumble. And this is going to be something that I'll update you on every few weeks because it does take a week per stage. And there are going to be some that kind of advance through the next stage and some that don't. Some will, in all likelihood, crack. Some may even just tumble away to nothingness. I had that happen last time. This is an experiment, and this is another ride that I'm taking you along on and showing you how I'm localizing my practice because that's what's important to me. Some of the other things we're going to look at are herbs. I have been foraging herbs and learning about what we have here that is native, naturalized, invasive, and endemic. I'm really excited to share all that with you. But today we are going to start with replacing all of my rocks. Let's go. So here we have a rock tumbler and two 3-pound barrels, and I am going to tumble some rocks. This is something I started last January. I received this as a gift for the holidays, and it's something that I've wanted since I was a kid. I was so excited to get it, and I've got to tell you, this has been so much fun swapping out the commercial stones that I've purchased and replacing them with stones that I've sourced myself. Here's some footage of one of the stones that I picked up back in January, and
here is what that one looks like now.
that's a nice polish, and you can kind of see through that. Part of it is kind of knowing what is on these shorelines and paths and different places, and that comes with experience, looking things up. There are stones in here that I'm not entirely sure what they are, but I'm going to find out. I don't know what they're going to do in these tumblers. They may crumble to nothing, but that's part of the process, learning. This is something I want to continue doing as I pick some things up. I kind of have an advantage on most of these because they have been tumbled by the water, but I am still going to run them through the 60-80 grit to clean them off. There are some that are kind of chunky, and maybe wear those down to a finer crack, or just wear through the cracks altogether and make it a nice shiny smooth surface like this guy right here. Some of these are agates, some are jaspers. There is a lot of quartz, there is a lot of granite, and like I said, there are some things that I have no idea what they are. Some things I do know what they are, but I don't know what they're going to do in a tumbler, so we're going to find out. One of the other things that I found whilst rock hounding is a measuring spoon. And it's such an odd 1.5 teaspoon measure. I decided to use this to measure my grit. 6 of these will equal 3 tablespoons. So 6 of these in each. And then I will fill these up with water, just enough so that you can see that it's in there and start them tumbling. We'll come back in about a week. We'll keep visiting this to see what they look like and see what these different grits do, and just kind of explore that whole process. And because I really do anticipate cracking these things open once a week, it really does become a ritual. Just naturally, this is something that I really have enjoyed doing, and now I'm going to share it with you. I wanted to get a better look at what is in these 2 drums so that you can really see what's going into this. These are the different stones. I'm not going to go over all of them. I just wanted to let you see. I really just wanted you to have a look at what these look like before they go in the tumbler. So there's big ones and little ones. And I've separated them out so that there's about the same size. There's the same weight. They're pretty evenly distributed. But let's get these loaded up and started rolling. Here's a little peek at what these look like with the water in them. You can see it just barely shows. So let's get these lids on and get this tumbling. Voila! We can't hear this in the rest of the house. So stay tuned if you want an update. They're going to be called tumbler updates. Again, super catchy phrasing here for my title work. I know, right? But that's what we're sticking with. If anybody has something more clever, by all means, leave a comment down below. Like, subscribe, all of these things help my channel. I've been talking too much. Like, subscribe, all of these things help my channel grow. I really appreciate you taking the time to spend with me today. Until next time, take care, do good, and be well.